the slice of the biggest scissors in Lincoln County, the rope was cut on the 32nd Annual Buffalo Bill Farm and Ranch Expo. The D&N Events Center enjoyed the best and brightest of Nebraska's lifeblood, agriculture. Everything ranging from corn to cash to cattle, it was all on display.
All right, Shane, we're out at the Farm and Ranch Expo. Just barely started, going for 2 days.
Yes.
Pretty exciting event. And you are the chair of the Ag Committee that puts this on every year.
Yep.
Tell us a little bit about why this is important to the ag community. I know it generates some revenue for some important things you do, but
Sure.
just go ahead and tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I mean, the biggest thing, what we want to do and what we want to accomplish with this every year is being able to have FaceTime between the people that are bringing these products and services to the ag community and then the actual users. The end users are able to come here, they can network with some of the people that they're going to be working with, you know, maybe not daily, but some of these equipment, the machinery, some of the equipment that's here, like what's standing here behind us, these are all things that, you know, they get a chance to come see in one venue rather than, you know, they don't ever get to see this just because it's not out on the farm, it's never on the ranch, it's a long trip for them to come in and look at this stuff regularly. This is an event that we hold every year for not only the equipment but then the other services and other insurance, banking, you know, there's several other vendors that are here that our ag community doesn't normally get that type of FaceTime with unless they're at an event like this.
Yeah, you bet. And talking about machinery, that's kind of what we think of. Oftentimes we think about new things. We like new gadgets,
Yep.
new technology,
Yep.
new machinery, but there's a lot of new things when it comes to the other vendors as well.
Sure.
You mentioned insurance and all kinds of banking and other farm supply.
Sure.
What are some of the other services and products that people will see here?
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the shiny equipment and stuff, there's always a new model of something new coming out, you know, whether it's hot tubs or golf carts or tractors or wheel loaders, that kind of stuff. But yeah, exactly. On the other side of it, there's innovation happening all the time in the ag community, and whether that's services offered or new products, you know, like I said before, there's the banking side of things, there's insurance. I know we've got some people here that are with aviation for crop spraying. There's a lot of different vendors here that want to bring the newest and the best out to the community, all in one place, and that's what we're here for today.
So we use a plant sensor, goes directly on the stalk of the plant, and it measures the stalk diameter throughout the day. Basically, the more the stalk shrinks, the more water the plant's lost, and then we kind of put that into an algorithm and quantify water loss and give the plant a stress rating based on that.
So how many plants would this be put on?
We kind of sell it as a location, and at one location we put 3 plant sensors and average them together, and then we also put a soil moisture probe at that location also.
And so how are the readings generated and read?
Yep. So our system uses radios. All our plant sensors have their own individual radio, and so does our soil moisture probe. It then communicates to a cell signal we mount at the center of the pivot, and kind of that collects all the data and sends it up to the cloud. And then it all feeds to our own app, you know, Phytech app, that each grower can log in and see all their information on.
And this is Sonny Cochran. She is with the University of Nebraska, Lincoln, and Easter Sales in a program called Agribility.
Yes, it is a program to help keep farmers and ranchers farming and ranching, doing what they love if they have an injury, disability, whether it's seen or unseen. So there's types of resources that we can provide working with Easter Seals, whether it's education or having people come out and do an evaluation to keep people on the farm or ranch.
It sounds like a wonderful program, but I've got to spin your wheel.
You do need to spin the wheel. All right, we'll watch yours spin the wheel. Oh, we got that one. Is there a cure for arthritis, George?
I'm going to guess that there is not.
There is not. So we're going to work on prevention, and that's what we've got here today. Tips and resources to help people protect their backs, learn about arthritis, and what they can do to help prevent more injuries.
And I know that there's a lot of things that AgriBility has done to help farmers and ranchers who are disabled, who can't walk, for instance, modified equipment and things like that.
Yep, providing things, looking for other options, like, even talking about opening up a heavy gate. Is there another way we can open that gate? Or is there another tool that they can use, or a lift for the truck? What can we use to make those farmers and ranchers able to do the work that they love so much? Because we want to keep people on the farm and ranch and work with those families.
That's a steering companion. You can put it on the track, mount it on the tractor, and then it's got a fob that goes with it too. That way the grain cart operator can look down and see if the tires are going straight. And if they are, if not, he can turn it to whatever the tires. That way you can keep that bag straight when you're loading it.
Wow, that's impressive. It seems like it'd be kind of fun doing that too.
Yeah, I think, the guys can do it. And the straighter the bag, the easier it is to get it out of the bag.
Well, I know I've seen some bags similar to this out in the field, like at harvest time when a farmer didn't have enough bin space. But you say it's also a labor-saving device.
Right, they can harvest anytime when they want to. They get it to right moisture, and they just put it in there and get it out of the field so they don't have field loss.
So what kind of moisture level does the grain have to be?
Well, it depends. You can put dry corn in or up to about 20 moisture corn.
Well, that's kind of wet on the wet side anyway, isn't it?
Yes, but whatever you put in the bag, it will stay that moisture. It won't dry in there or anything.
So this is considered temporary storage?
Yes, temporary storage.
For how long?
If you put dry grain in, you can leave it up to about a year.
So but it has to be dry, like what, 14% moisture or what?
Yeah, 14, 15, yes.
Okay, so if it's dry enough, it'll stay a long time.
Yeah, it'll stay that long, yeah.
And I understand that nitrogen and phosphorus are pretty big nutrients that are needed typically in fairly high quantities around here.
Yeah, I mean, guys are buying quite a bit of nitrogen, phosphorus, potassium in places depending on their soils. And with a product like this, we can, greatly reduce them, if not eliminate some, and use what's in our soil, along with our compost. And, we can, definitely not spend any more money and maybe even less money using some of our products and, get a better return on your investment.
Okay, so tell what it does for the soil health and the beneficial microorganisms, organic matter, and so forth.
So our soil microbes are really big with, mineralization of, residues and, the material that's already in your soil. So if we can get, the right bugs out there working in conjunction with the plants, a living root is big because the plant, it puts out these exudates that the bugs live on, like sugars and stuff, and so the plant will feed certain microbes, and those microbes will in turn bring nutrition to the plant. So a lot of the real small organisms you can see moving around are bacterias. A lot of these guys, floating around. We got some fungi strands that are growing. You can see these long, thread-looking pieces. This piece here, kind of a fishbone structure. It's not a fungi. I'm not exactly sure what group it belongs to. Right now I'm not seeing any protozoas in this frame, but I saw some earlier going through, and just that whole food web of protozoas eating bacterias. They excrete those nutrients after they eat them, and so that's where our nitrogen comes from, phos. Those minerals are highly available through that process. And we can see there's some humic acid clusters in there, different carbon sources, so just all that together enhances our soil.
So an army of good microbugs and good chemicals.
Exactly. Yep. There's no chemicals in it. Fertility analysis of it's virtually nothing. It's just all about the biology.